What do you guys think? Why would two different groups view technology in different ways?
And by the way they've grown up, like in their house, they could have just never, like, mainly, they probably just focused on probably religion instead of like the world and work and stuff. And like for other people that focus on like the world and work, probably, I don't know. What was the question?
Why would two different groups of people view technology differently?
By the way they grow up, like their childhood and how their culture.
Okay.
Could it be like one group of people, like while they were using technology, like bad things happen to them, like they find it really bad or something, or they know the bad effects about it, while the other group of people, they don't, nothing bad has happened to them using technology, they just know the good side of it.
Like the people that like say it's like good technology, like people that say it's like good technologies, like they just know like what's good about it, and they don't like, and the people that know it like think that it's bad, they understand why it's bad and what the side effects can be.
Okay.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like one family could be like boring, like using technology and all that, and another family could have been without technology, and then viewing how other people live and how bad things happen with them when they had technology, and then study other people that didn't have technology and what happened to them.
It's kind of like me, I didn't get it.
And it's kind of, going back to what a lot of you kind of hinted at. It has to do with your experience, your background, your beliefs. For a lot of you, abortion is a bad technology. For some people, abortion is a good technology. It depends on what you believe about things. And so, to our notes, I'm going to add technology's benefits are viewed differently by different people. And the last thing I want to discuss, and then we'll probably go to lunch, is when the computer first came out, like the personal computer, like the one that actually could sit on a desktop. The first computer is like over 100 years ago. The first thing that was called the computer, and it took up like a whole room. But the first computer that could actually sit on somebody's desk, who do you think owned those?
Bill Gates.
Like companies, big companies like Sony, Wii,
Well, he wasn't even recent.
Nintendo, and like all that big companies.
Yeah, so big companies, and not necessarily just electronics companies, which is what you're naming off, but big companies. And why would a big company be able to own one?
Because they have.
Because I got them because they're rich.
Okay, and so I heard people say rich people, and why can they own one?
They're rich.
Okay, and let's say the government probably owns some of the first technologies. Why?
Because they're the government. They get money for they funded the people that made the stuff.
That could be.
Or they could experiment with them like this.
And so now let's say, like one example is that we talked about the online shopping earlier, and we've talked about factories and how as more technology comes into the factory, the jobs go away, and so the people who own the factory, what happens to their wealth? And the people who used to work in the factory, what happens to their wealth? And so the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. But also, it's the same kind of thing, like, if you're one of the first people to own a technology, it's more likely that you're going to understand how to use that technology to your benefit. And so therefore, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And so what I want to add to our notes is that technology is not equal access. And you might want to write some of the examples that we just talked about down. Is not equal access. And that kind of goes along with technology is biased. What direction is technology biased towards, the rich or the poor?
The rich.
The poor.
The rich.
Which way does technology lean towards? Towards the rich or towards the poor?
Rich.
Towards the rich. They have the money to afford it. Which direction does it lean towards? The people in power or the people not in power?
Power.
The people in power. And so that's what I mean by technology is biased. And then on the other one, technology's benefits are viewed differently by different people. Well, there's a bias in the technology. Technology chooses goals for us. Well, there's a bias there. The technology is leaning one way over the other. So, what questions do you have about anything we've talked about so far today?